This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hello and welcome to the premiere episode of Primetime Blitz. As you guys know, we normally do a morning tailgate on Sunday, but we're going to rebrand it, see what we can do midweek. We're going to do it Wednesday nights. I am back as the host, Big B, along with my fellow co-host, Prime Moose, halfway around the world. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I know it was kind of my idea to do this in the late night for you guys. I'm the only one here technically doing a morning tailgate, so I'm good. For people who don't know, it's 5:02 my time. So normally I get up at 6:00. So it's just an hour earlier for me, so it's not a big deal. So kind of bear with me a little bit with the brain fog as I get used to the 5:00 stuff again.
You'll get used to it. And then we got over there, the man down in Texas, Crispy Bacon. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Another football season. It's going to be a fun one, and hope you like this, I guess, reformatted show.
Yeah, it never hurts to rebrand after a few years and stuff like that, move stuff around. But football season right around the corner next week. It all kicks off Thursday, and but first off, I'd like to send my thoughts and prayers out to our good friend Jeremy Fendi in Michigan. Him and his family are having some troubles with one of their kids. Hope she pulls through, buddy. So, just sending my prayers out your way. Tim, what do you guys say about that?
Yeah, all of us that have kids, you kind of feel for what's going on. You got definitely about my family's thoughts and your prayers. So yeah.
All right. So with that being said, let's get into it. Like I said, we're a week away. Next Thursday kicks it all off. Me and Tim's kind of already done our breakdown for this season on Rankum if you guys follow us on there. So we're pretty much kind of going to recap and then get Chris's input on divisions, where they're going to rank all the way through the playoffs. Me and Tim did our picks on playoffpredictor.com. I'll give them a shout out. I like that website. It's pretty cool. It keeps track of your picks and gives you a record and all that fun stuff. So let's start with the AFC East. Chris, who did you have finishing fourth in the AFC East?
I don't think it's going to be a surprise. Maybe it will be. I don't know. I got the Jets.
Okay.
3-14 record.
Okay. All right, Tim. Who did you have?
I unlike Bacon, it wasn't so obvious, and when I went through the schedule, it was it seemed a little more. I'm not quite there in the Drake May train yet, but I will be. You got Vrabel in his first year. I've got New England at 4-13.
Yeah, I'm with Chris. I got the Jets 4-13. I kind of hope they start putting it together. Hopefully, Fields shows us the kind of guy that got drafted by the Bears, just never got the luck. So that's what I got. Chris, in third, who do you have?
I got the Patriots. 6-11.
6-11. Okay, wow. Tim.
Yeah, I've got. I think this is a break or break year for this team. as we'll find out in my prime five later. But I've got the Miami Dolphins at 7-10.
Yeah. I got the Patriots 11-6, just missing the playoffs. And good morning, or good evening, Thomas. Just let you know, Thomas, this is football, not wrestling. I know you're a big wrestling guy, but thank you for joining. So, Chris, your team that's finishing second.
Team that's finishing second would be the Dolphins at 10-7.
Okay. Tim?
Yeah, you guys got the Jets at 4. I've got the Jets at 2. I think Pittsburgh went away from Justin Fields a little too early last year. I understand he had Russell Westbrook, but I think Justin Fields proved a lot. I've got him missing the playoffs though, but I've got him at 7-10.
Okay, that'd be a heck of a step for the Jets. And the sky's the limit for those guys. If Fields can prove that he's got the weapons and stuff, I think that'll be a fun team to watch. I got the Dolphins 12-5, the 6th seed. I'm kind of with Tim a little bit, and this is make or break for them. I think they need to pull it out. So I guess we all can kind of agree, I guess, if people did their math and know the divisions. Chris, you're number one.
My number one team at 14-3, the Bills.
Okay, Tim.
Yeah, I've got them at the. I've got them at the 1. I've got the Bills at the 1 seed at 14-3 as well.
Yeah, I got the Bills at the 2 seed, 13-4. So we got that. So might as well keep it going with the AFC. Let's go to the west side of things. Chris, give us your fourth team in the West.
My fourth team would be the Chargers, 6-11.
Okay. Tim?
Yeah, I've got a team that can't figure things out. I think they're playing for a number one pick this year. I've got the Las Vegas Raiders at 2-15.
All right. I also had the Raiders down there. Yeah, I'm with Tim. They can't figure things out right now. I got them at 4-13 in the fourth spot. Chris, your number 3 team.
My number 3 team is a team you guys have talked about just a minute ago. Is the Raiders, 8-9.
Okay. Oh my God. Tim?
Yeah, well, this is the point where you need to make sure Jackson's not paying attention to our show or anything. Missing out on the playoffs, I've got your defending, returning, reigning second place team from losing the Super Bowl last year. I've got the Kansas City Chiefs at 9-8.
Oh,
well, they might be missing out. I mean,
couple.
They might have a party to go to, so they might be missing out on that Super Bowl and playoffs. So, at number 3, I got the Chargers 11-6, just sneaking into the 8th seed in that playoff spot. So, all right. So in second, Chris, who do you have second?
At 12-5, I got the Broncos second.
Okay, Tim.
Yeah, I've got them sneaking into the playoffs at the 6th seed, holding the tiebreaker over the Kansas City Chiefs. I've got the Denver Broncos at 9-8.
I got the Chiefs 12-5, 5th seed. Again, now that we heard the big news, I mean, maybe they're planning something different. So who knows where their focus will be. All right, Chris, walking away with the division of the West.
I got the Chiefs at 13-4, but they won't be the top seed. They'll sneak in at 3.
Okay. Wow, 13-3, 4 or 14, 13-4, 3 seed. Okay.
Yeah.
Tim?
Yeah, I'm looking at I think this is the Justin Herbert breakout year. I've got the Los Angeles Chargers going into the playoffs as the 4 seed at 11-6.
Yeah, that's again another team that we might be talking about throughout the year that this is their year. This is what they need to. Their window is closing. So I got the Broncos 14-3, the number or 13-4. I'm sorry, the number one seed. I think we're going to see a little magic there in Denver land. So, all right, we'll go with my shocking division based on my rankings here. The AFC South. Chris, your number 4 team.
I don't think this is a big surprise. Jaguars at 2-15.
Okay, Tim.
Hey, I'm hoping one of those games that they lose is at home against the Colts, which we can't seem to win at. My number 4, I thought it was more obvious, and then Chris tells me it's not, which is great. I'm looking at the Tennessee Titans at 3-14, missing the playoffs by week 10.
Ooh, I got the Jags 5-12 there. So yeah, it's gonna be a battle there at the bottom, I guess. So, Chris, your number 3 team.
At number 3 with 7-10, the Colts.
Yeah, there it comes.
Well, Tim, I'll make you proud. But your number 3 team.
My number 3 team, I've got missing the playoffs again. I agree with you guys. I agree with Bacon that the Jaguars are not going to be good this year. I don't even think this is a make or break year for Trevor Lawrence at this point. The male version of Charlotte Flair isn't got the titles like Charlotte's got. So I've got the Jacksonville Jaguars at 6-11.
Yeah, my number 3 team. Hey, Thomas, you're right. Yeah, Rashid's going to probably be out for. I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but yeah, he's going to miss some time.
Confirmed.
It is confirmed. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got the Titans at number 3, finishing third, 7-10. Chris, your number 2 team.
At 8-9, the Houston Texans.
All right. Tim?
I've got them making the playoffs above Jackson's Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to hold the tiebreaker this year against the Chiefs when they beat the Chiefs at home because Pat Mahomes is 0-2 against the Colts. So it's nice. It's nice that we got a winning record against a team or a quarterback. But I've got the Indianapolis Colts going in. It's the 7 seed at 9-8.
Well, Danny Dimes throwing the rock around.
Right. You betcha. That might give us another bonus.
I got a tie, but going in at number 2, the Houston Texans 9-8, missing the playoffs.
I thought he was called Indiana Jones now.
He is Indiana Jones.
Yeah. All right, Chris, your number 1 team.
Making the playoffs as the 4th seed at 9-8, the Titans.
Titans. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't argue.
Tim?
I've got making the 3 seed. Hopefully this team can make that step forward even better. I've got the Houston Texans at 12-5.
Yeah. I know it might be too early to say that Houston's with the moves they made in the last couple of years, this is a make or break season, but that might be. But I got the Colts with Indiana Jones, I guess, leading the way, 9-8 in the 4th seed. So, all right. So let's move over to the final AFC division. That would be the North. Chris, who do you got in the North?
1-16 record, the Browns.
1-16. And that's the game that Shadur Sanders is going to come in and win for them.
Probably.
Tim?
I thought I was picking on him. Oh man,
What, 0-17 for you?
I've got the Cleveland Browns as well, but I have a little more hope in Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, or the resurgence of I don't know who else at this point. I've got the Cleveland Browns at 2-15.
Well, I got them at 3-14. I got the Browns. I think they're going to be battling for one of those top spots. But again, who knows? But all right, your number 3 team there, Chris.
I don't know if adding this player will help the team, but at 7-10, the Steelers.
Who's that, Chris?
Pittsburgh at 7-10.
Okay. Prime, who's Tim?
Yeah, I don't think I think the bigger mistake was letting Justin Fields go to New York. I completely agree. I think you add more clowns to the circus act in Pittsburgh. I think this is going to be the first year that Mike Tomlin's not going to have a winning record. I've got Pittsburgh too, but I've got them at 6-11.
I got Pittsburgh 2, 6-11. Again, me and Tim done this way before Mr. Rogers signed. They made some trades. Actually, no, we did this.
No, we did this after.
Okay.
Yeah, we did this like a week after.
Yeah, that's right. It was after. So if it clicks, it clicks. If it doesn't, yeah, I think Tomlin might be having his first under 500 season. So, Chris, your number 2 finish team.
Just squeaking in the playoffs, the final spot in the playoffs. You got the Bengals at 9-8.
Okay, Tim.
Yeah, I'm hoping like Chris, he's got them in the playoffs as well. I've got them at the 5 seed. I'm hoping that last year was a fluke. That this team needs to step up compared to what they did last year, especially record wise. I got the Bengals at 13-4.
Wow, I got the Bengals there, 11-6 in the 7th seed. Again, this is another team we can sit there and talk about that the gap is closing quick on Burrows and Chase and everybody else. So all right. Again, I think we all agree. But Chris, your number 1 team?
Number 1 team, I mean, until further notice, I guess, is the Ravens at 14-3, and they'll get the top spot in the playoff.
All right. Tim?
Yeah, I agree with Chris, except I've got them at the 2 seed. I've also got the Baltimore Ravens at 14-3, but much like the Bengals, I think your window is closing even faster when you've got a running back like Derrick Henry, who's starting on this. I'm saying that after he almost rushes for 2,000 yards last year, but yeah, the time on him is closing. He's past the prime. We all know running backs. Prime is usually done around 26, 27. He's past that now. So, yeah, that window is closing on the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think the window is closing. Ravens, my number 3 team, seed, 11-6. Henry, I think we'll talk about it later. What's he going to do for an encore? So, all right, so let's get into the AFC side of things, or NFC side, sorry. Chris, NFC West, who's your 4th team there?
NFC West, my 4th team at 4-13, the Cardinals.
Okay. Tim?
Yeah, I gotta quit watching ESPN because I'm watching shows that are saying that the Arizona Cardinals are their dark horse, their sleeper team, and I'm thinking, what did I miss?
Yeah.
But I've got the Arizona Cardinals at 5-12.
All right, I got the relooked Seattle Seahawks, 7-10, finishing 4th in that division. Chris, team finishing 3rd.
3rd at 8-9, the Seattle Seahawks.
All right, Tim.
Yeah, I've got the Seattle Seahawks as well at 6-11. It all depends right now on if Sam Darnold was a fluke in Minnesota or if he's just a Minnesota system quarterback.
That's a good comment there from Thomas with the Cardinals. I think another team, another quarterback too. That's maybe he just has to move on.
Yeah, we got a quarterback. We got a quarterback in Indy that could easily move on into Arizona.
Yeah, so that's definitely another team that'll be watched on. My number 3 team, I got the Rams 8-9. They're kind of rebuilding a little bit, so they moved some key parts. So, all right, Chris, your number 2 team.
My number 2 team with the 10-7 record, the Los Angeles Rams.
All right, Tim.
Yeah, I agree with Bacon. I've got them sneaking into the playoffs with this record. It's kind of funny. At the 7 seed, I've got the Rams at 11-6.
All right, yep, I got the Cards. Just outside the playoffs, 8-9. Again, I think this is another team that we're going to be watching, talk about. What are they going to do in the offseason? Heck, I know the coach. I think the coach is only second or third year in. I mean, maybe he's on the hot seat, but all right, our number 1 team, Chris.
So my number 1 team would be the 49ers at 11-6.
All right, Tim.
I think I was drinking a lot too much on this one, but I don't understand. I must have did this in a hurry. But the record, I like the team. It's just the record. I've got them at the 3 seed. I've got the San Francisco 49ers at 14-3.
Yeah, I got the Niners 11-6 at the 3 seed. Again, a team that made some good moves. They got a quarterback that doesn't make mistakes. Yeah, I mean, so as long as he stays upright, as they showing, they will go as far as Brock will take them. So, all right, let's go to Chris's division. Let's go to the AFC East. Chris, who's going to finish 4th?
At 5-12, the Giants.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, he's got more faith in Brian Dable than I do. I've got the Giants. Let me go back and double check. I just saw it. I've got the Giants at 3-14. I think as we're going to find out in my prime moves that this is not even a make or break year. This is just how fast can they fire him in the middle of the season at this point.
Yeah, I think the Giants are going to be rebuilding, and if they end up with one of the top 2 picks this year, I think they should just trade it for some assets. I got them at 2-15. So, Thomas, I'm with you on that one. I think 0-6 is probably a good bet. So, Chris, your number 3 team.
Number 3 team, they had a good year last year, but I don't know if the second year will be much better. 7-10 will be the Commanders.
Yep.
No.
Tim?
No, bud. No. Well, you did my Colts dirty, so I guess I guess turnabout is fair play here at this point. I've got the Dallas Cowboys at 7-10.
I got the Commanders. I think they're looking up. We'll see. I think they're going to battle and have a lot of close games. I got them at 9-8. All right, Chris, finishing number 2 in your division.
You mentioned 9-8. That's what I have this team at in second place. The Cowboys.
Okay. All right, Primus.
Well, I didn't say I was going to make the Commander fans happy either. So, I think if they keep their playbook dumbed down for Jaden Daniels, I think they're heading in the right direction. But I have them missing the playoffs at 10-7.
All right. Well, Chris, I'm going to make you happy because at number 2, I have the defending Super Bowl champs, the Eagles, at 11-6. I think they're still going to be a tough team. I just think some of the pieces, maybe don't fly, and who knows what hurts, and he seems to get injured a little bit here and there. So, Chris, your number one team.
It's funny you say the Eagles are 11-6 because that's how I have it too. But it's a top spot.
All right, Tim.
Yeah, I got them as the number 1 seed, but I got them at 14-3. When you do this thing on NFLPlayerPredictor.com, you kind of don't look at the records until after the whole thing is thrown out in the wash. It's just like, I don't. But yeah, I got them at 14-3 at the 1 seed.
I have the Cowboys 12-5, the number 2 seed. I know there's a lot of questions now with Parsons and stuff, which kind of scares me because I like that defense. But I think Jerry in the long run is going to be smart and re-sign that guy and give him what he wants. So
I had technically I had the Eagles at the 2 seed because at 14-3, but there's a reason for that.
All right. So let's get to the NFC South here. Chris, who do you have?
At 1-16, the Panthers.
Wow. 1-16. I think he just made Sarge just sit straight up from a dead sleep when he heard that. So.
Holy.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess Bacon took the Adam Thielen trade back to the Vikings. The heart on that one. Wow. I've got this. Okay, one of these days, one of you guys are gonna have to explain to me how Spencer Rattler is a starting quarterback. But okay. But when the New Orleans Saints said, Spencer Rattler starter week 1, you should be starter -1. I've got the New Orleans Saints at 3-14. No, hold on. That's 2-15. No, 3-14.
All right, somewhere in there. I'm with Chris. I got the Panthers in the 4th spot, 2-15. I'm kind of shocked that they moved Thielen, and we'll talk about that here a little bit later. But Chris, your number 2 team or 3 team. I'm sorry, 3 team.
I'll get to that. I think Pickens is going to be number 2. Receiver.
Yeah, Pickens. I would guess that Pickens from Seattle when they made that move was the number 2, going to be the number 2 guy.
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
That's right.
Let's get to your number 3 team.
All right, number 3 team will be at 8-9, the Falcons.
Ooh, okay. Tim?
Well, Sarge, I didn't make it any better, except I gave them 3 more wins. So don't at me, Sarge. I don't need it today. I've got the Carolina Panthers at 4-13.
I have the Saints at 5-12. A team that's I think they're just trying to find an identity of their offense right now. So before we get to the number 2 teams, I just looked up their roster. George Pickens is their number 2 guy right now. And then it looks like Tolbert is number 3. It looks like they're going to do a 3 wide out, 1 tight end set. So, all right. So let's go number 2, Chris.
The Saints at 10-7.
All right, Tim.
Okay. Okay, Chris, I got to ask. Did you watch the TV series on Netflix called QB1?
Not yet.
No, not yet. No.
Okay, watch it because it's got Spencer Rattler in there, and you'll find out why I want to punch him in the face. But
Okay.
I've got the Atlanta Falcons at 9-8, missing the playoffs.
All right. I have the right number 2. Okay, yep. I have the Bucks at 9-11. So kind of a breaker moment there for Baker Mayfield. Another guy that the time is coming for him. So your number 1 team, Chris.
Number 1 team at 11-6, Tampa Bay.
All right.
Making the
Tim?
playoffs as the 3rd seed.
Yeah, I agree here with Bacon. I've got them at 11-6, but I got them at at the 4 seed. Sometimes Bacon and I can get on the right page.
Well, I have the Falcons making it with the under 500 record for the 4th seed, 8-9. So, all right. So let's get into my division, the mighty North here. Chris, your number 4 team.
My number, boy, I'm making everybody upset. My number 4 team is going to be the Bears, 9-8.
Oh, you
9-8. Where's your 4th? Okay.
Bacon, don't feel bad. At least you gave them an above 500 record.
All right, Tim.
I got the Bears to it at the 4th, in 4th, but I hope Mess Around comes in later, much later in the show. I've got them at 7-10.
Yep, I'm with Tim. I have 7-10. With the way they, Johnson's talking about they have to re-modify Caleb's game. I think that's going to hurt him a little bit. It might prove it. Who knows? But you're a pro. You shouldn't have to modify your game. But if your coaching staff thinks you have to, then there's a little something wrong there. So,
Yep.
Chris, who else
At
can you have
11 At number 3, 11-6 record, the Packers.
11-6, number 3. All right, this is gonna be. I think we're all agreed. This is gonna be a good division to watch. Tim?
Yeah, as a 6th seed, I don't have the Packers. This is where I think we're going to find out in the first couple of weeks what the Minnesota Vikings have. I think this is going to be huge. Adding Adam Thielen to step up while Addison is on suspension, I think it could be huge. But I've got the Vikings at 11-6 as the 6th seed.
All right. Well, I got the Packers at 9-8 at the 7th seed. This is a team too that is young, and hopefully it can connect because they got a lot of young receivers there that just aren't adapted right now. So, all right, you're number 2 team, Chris.
Number 2 team, but number 5 in the playoffs, at a record of 12-5, the Vikings.
All right, Tim.
Yeah. Now, mind you, these are all face value records for me at this point. I've got at the 5 seed. I've got a 14-3 Green Bay Packers.
All right, I got at the 5 seed, 13-4, the mighty Detroit Lions. I think I don't think they're going to take a step back. I just think they're just going to be the same team. So, Chris, your number 1 team?
At 12-5, my number 1 team, the Lions.
Tim?
Yeah, I've got the Detroit Lions as the 1 seed at 15-2.
And that's an accomplishment for what they're going through.
Yeah, with 2 offensive both of the coordinators gone. I have the Vikings. I know some people are going to say that, Brandon, you're picking a homer. I did this a while ago. I did it 2 or 3 times. Came up kind of with the same record. But I had the Vikings 13-4 with the number 1 seed. So, and I do think Thielen will be. Matter of fact, let's talk about that right now. As you guys saw today, Vikings bring home Adam Thielen. I'm in probably the few Viking fans that's kind of 50-50 on it. They didn't really give up any. I mean, all it was really there's each team threw in 2 picks and the Panthers threw in Thielen. So we got Thielen for pretty much nothing. I think it'll help out the first few weeks when Addison's gone. After that, I think he'll be an asset as the number 3, number 4 receiver in the slot. So I'm kind of mixed feelings on it. And again, the Minnesota boy comes home, gets to play for his team again, and possibly retires. So, Chris, what do you think of the move?
No, I mean, it definitely improves the Vikings in the passing game. It helps McCarthy going in his second year, but first official year of the NFL, and it's going to give them an extra weapon, I think.
Yeah, and speaking of that, they threw a lot together here in Minnesota, back and forth, and I think McCarthy went down there a few times. But Tim, what's your thoughts on the move?
I think it's a good move. You guys were looking for a wide receiver especially after the Addison suspension.
Yep.
I think that Thielen, I still think he had I don't think he was ever under the O'Connell system, but
Yes, he was.
He was.
Yep.
Well, but he's a great possession receiver. He runs excellent routes. You can't argue with somebody who's at the caliber of Thielen at the end of his career. He gives him a chance to say goodbye on his terms and his home team. You can't argue with something like that.
No, I'm glad they're bringing it back. Jason, how's it going, bud? You just missed our picks. We all picked the Packers to finish 0-17. So,
Yes.
but no, I think the first few weeks will be definitely a good pickup for them. After that, it'll be interesting to see. Chris, what about your Cowboys? What's up with them on a Cowboy camp?
Dallas.
Drama, documentaries, a lot of things. A lot of things going on. Back and forth with the agent and Jerry. It sounds like the agent wanted more money. Carson's wanted. I don't know. It's a lot of drama.
drama. Yeah, that's a lot of things I hear from a lot of Cowboy fans that I know, that it's just a lot of drama. Jerry Jones everybody's kind of wishing would step away, but it sounds like he's got that Al Davis syndrome, that he just thinks he's bigger than the game.
Talking about the Packers.
That's my line there, J-Mac. Come on. That is my line. But, no, I get you. I know there's a lot of Cowboy fans, and I don't know if you're one of them, Chris, but they're kind of hoping Melton gets a shot there, and he throws Dak. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, Milton's played one game, I think, like regular season game, and he hasn't had a lot of opportunity. I don't know.
Okay.
And even with Greer, who was signed to the practice squad, who was a backup too, and ironically won a Super Bowl last year with the Eagles, I don't know if he's going to be any good.
Yeah. Tim, what's your thoughts on the Cowboys and where they are sitting?
I'll be honest. If I don't know how many times I played in a football game where I wish I could have relaxed on a table during a game, but I would have loved to have done that. I'm with you guys. Jerry Jones has got this prima donna main character mentality of his team, but the thing is, his team's going to hurt because he can't figure it out. In the 90s, Jerry Jones was pretty innovative. We're talking 2025, and he's so far behind the curve that Al Davis is going, "What's going on with you, bud?" Why would you let that? Why would you even let Micah Parsons be a headline at this point? The weirdest thing that I heard about that was that, well, when my day, we everything was done with a handshake deal, and why are we still trying to do handshake deals in the day of social media? You're going to look like a punk. I don't think Micah Parsons is going to be with the Cowboys week 1.
Yeah, there's strong talks about that. I know there was during one of the radio shows I was listening to today here, there was a rumor out there that Packers and the Cowboys are talking a little.
There's a trade
Parsons over there, so that's kind of scary.
There's a trade on the table right now in Irving. Right now, from my understanding, there's a trade on the table between the Packers and the Cowboys.
Yeah. So to answer J-Mac's question, who's going to have the best defense this year? Tim, I'll let you pick them first.
Cleveland. I hate to say it, but we're talking about the team. They suck on offense, but we're talking about a top 5 defense every single year. Right now, it's a toss up between Cleveland and the Jets, but I still think Cleveland is probably going to be one of the top 2-3 defenses. I would go Cleveland. You can't talk about you can't talk about defenses and not look at Myles Garrett. See what Cleveland still they lose everything on offense, but yet that defense is still probably elite.
Yeah, Chris.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with Cleveland because I can't think of any top defense at the moment.
Yeah, I think Tim is right. I think the Jets and the offense on both teams suck, but that defense is solid, especially for Cleveland there. I know a lot of social media and experts are saying Minnesota's got an elite defense. We'll see. I mean, the roster kind of looks a little thin on that side of the ball. With I think we're only taking 4 corners into the week 1.
Hey, I want to thank you guys for trading Mekhi Blackman to Indy. We needed that.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson could do a much better run. Hugh Jackson could do a better run job running. Yeah, there's a lot of people that can probably run. The Dallas Cowboys better. Tim, let's talk about your Colts, a team that doesn't really have a quarterback right now. I mean, yeah, they got Danny Dimes, but the guy they thought was a franchise guy is on the bench. So, what's your thoughts?
Am I surprised about this? We're talking about a guy. I almost said we're talking about playoffs and stopped myself.
Playoffs.
We got a 4th pick, a quarterback that was a 4th pick who believe me, I was happy when we picked him, but I think we picked him too high. Who's a project? Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones, whatever the shoe wants to call him whatever you want. I don't know. I don't know if Anthony Richardson's the guy. I'm kind of at this point. I'm kind of hoping to be like Thomas said. Do they move on? If the Cardinals move on from Kyler, maybe Indy's not afraid to trade Anthony Richardson, a guy who can't read a defense, for another guy who can't read a defense in a playbook. But I don't know. There's
At
so
least
much.
Kyler know how to slide, though.
It's Indy's right now working on our defense, and we've got a running back and 3 wide receivers. And hey, the one bright spot, Tyler Warren, the guy I was expecting to get, the guy I was hoping to get. I can't argue with that. We got the tight end we wanted. Now, can we put a quarterback to throw it to him?
Chris, what's your thoughts on the Colts situation here?
Like Tim's saying,
Danny Dimes twice a year, so
yeah, that's true. I mean, at times he showed like he was a good quarterback, and most of the time he showed that he wasn't. But maybe a fresh start in a new place can help. But I think the time of Anthony Richardson might be over. Either he's going to learn a lot on the bench, and he'll get traded to another team, or he'll get his next start in Indy. One day. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is when Jones signed here, which was by his choice, he said he wanted to come to Minnesota. He got half a season sitting behind Sam, learning from the quarterback whispers everybody's calling Okada now, so maybe that helps him out in Indy, but we'll see where that goes. Hopefully Richardson gets his head on straight and can be the quarterback that, even though a lot of people thought he came out too early, I think, but he still's got the talent. So I guess it could be worse. Your team could be, yeah. The Saints right now, I think the Saints and the Browns on the offensive side are just trying to find identities right now. So, speaking of somebody trying to find an identity, there's Mr. Mess Around. How you doing, bud?
I'm good. It's how you guys doing?
Good.
Doing okay. Just
Good.
you just in time. Let's get your thoughts on the Bears. What's your thoughts on the Bears this upcoming season?
Oh, man, I hope they have a good year. I mean, I say it every year, kind of like Dallas fans. I think our biggest pickup is actually not a player. I think the biggest thing we did was get Ben Johnson, the hottest coaching commodity for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Getting him's a big deal. We'll see if he can help elevate Caleb Williams. And they made a couple nice pickups in the draft, getting Burden and Loveland and having Komet there to 2 tight ends. They need running backs that are really hurt right now in that department, but I think they're a fringe playoff team.
Okay. So what's your thoughts on Ben Johnson coming out and saying that he's kind of had to revamp Caleb's game a little bit and his structure? I mean, does that kind of worry you a little bit that they had to come out and say that?
No, I think it's good because it shows that he's got some stuff to work on. And like everybody knew he had stuff to work on. He had a decent rookie year. A lot of people are calling him a bust already. I just think it's too soon to even put that label on him.
Yeah,
Or
that is
class.
So let's see here. We got J-Mac chiming in. What can you say about when Danny Dimes is named the starter over your future quarterback? I don't know if it's a mess, but Tim, what's your thoughts on that comment?
It's pretty much the moment you signed Danny Dimes in the free agent for $14 million. You kind of the writing was on the wall that they were going to at least at one point start Daniel Jones. Our fan base wants to suck for Arch Manning, but I'm like, you got to suck for 2 years because Manning's coming out in 2027. I hate to say it. It's after 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah, our time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right, so the Colts quarterback room is a shit show. It's an absolute dumpster fire.
Yeah. And then J-Mac also chimes in. Spencer Rattler is your best choice. You're in trouble. Yeah, Saints. They could have went out and got some guys, and they just didn't get them. I don't know why, but and then he chimes in. The Real Talk Chicago is going to surprise some teams. I don't think Caleb was the answer, but if they play like the 80 Bears, yeah, they get a good defense.
You're in a good spot.
But they don't have a running game. I mean, that's right. I think you talked about that. I think the Bears really wanted Gentry this draft and got sniped a pick or two ahead of them. So,
yeah, they wanted Gentry, but the Raiders snagged him. And Close Loveland was the guy that they liked a lot too. And there's reports that after the Bears took him, there was so much talk of people moving up to get Loveland, but as soon as Chicago took him, all the trade talk stopped.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening. So Tim, what's your? Let's move into your prime five. You kind of been teasing it with some of your picks here. So what's your prime five?
My prime five is it's way too early, but I'm going to start firing coaches.
All right.
Already given the axe. Okay.
All right. Right off the top, if you and this is kind of like an opinion with you too, if you guys have anything to say on it too. But at number 5, if you keep making the playoffs and don't go anywhere further than the AFC Championship game, I think this is the thing that Tampa Bay did when they fired Tony Dungy, and guess what happens the following year? They go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. I've got at number 5, I've got Sean McDermott of the Buffalo Bills.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's I don't know. Chris, what's your thoughts on that?
That's bold. That's bold. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, me and Tim's talked about it too. And, like I said, this is another team, Buffalo, that we could probably repeat this. Their window's closing quickly, and Allen's not going to be get any younger. So that's all. What you think of that as Tim's number 5 firing of McDermott from Buffalo?
I can almost see it. I mean, if they don't make the Super Bowl, if they don't get Super Bowl or bust, I think he's done. I mean, they've had about 8-9 years with him. Time to get a new voice, a new direction.
All right, Tim, you're 4.
Well, my number 4, we're going to find out that 1 year in New York was a fluke. You saw what Danny Dimes did in the first year under this system, and then you saw absolutely trash with every quarterback afterwards. I don't think Jackson Dart is going to be the guy that's going to save his job. But I've got number 4. I got Brian Dable of the New York Giants.
Woo-hoo. Yeah, that one I can kind of see, but again, now they got the rookie quarterback there that they can kind of be like, well, let's give him a couple years under the system and see what happens. Chris, that's a team you're going to see twice a year. So, what's your thoughts on that pick? Or firing, as Tim will call it.
I don't know if you're going to see Dart this year. It might be next year if things don't go New York's way. If he's going to be fired because of Dart, it'll probably be next year.
Okay, that's right. What's your thoughts?
I would actually put it a little higher, like maybe 2, because he's a lot like. These coordinators, they're really good, and then they get the head coaching job. They're not as good at that as they were a coordinator. Some of them are just meant to be coordinators, and we'll find this out with Finn Johnson too. He was a hot coordinator. Now he's running the whole team. So, and I just don't think that Dable's got it. He should go back to somewhere and be a coordinator.
Okay, I think Tim has a point. I don't think they'll fire. Yeah, no, I get you. So, Tim, let's go to your number 3, too early to fire.
My number 3 was a guy that had rumors around him last year, but somehow kept his job. I'm still kind of shocked that he's kept his job, but the weird thing is this owner / GM let Jimmy Johnson walk out the door and then turned around and hired Barry Switzer. How has Mike McCarthy still got a job after the last couple of years is kind of beyond me. But my number 3 is Mike McCarthy.
He's
All right,
out.
Chris, I'll let you comment on that one right away.
McCarthy's not in the league.
He's the head coach, isn't he?
No, it's
It's Schottenheimer.
Brian.
It is Brian Schottenheimer. Well, maybe I thought McCarthy. Oh, that's right. He left, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I missed that too. Then
I forgot all about that. It was Schottenheimer. Good thing I pay attention. That's good thing I pay attention on a sports show.
All right.
Well, I'd be fine with Schottenheimer 3 because I don't think he's going to last longer than a year.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be.
We were talking. Dallas is kind of a head case right now. I mean, Chris said it's drama. So who knows what they could do there? So then let's move to your number 2 since I thought McCarthy was still there.
I did too. Guess I didn't do enough homework today. My number two is a guy who's got all these weapons and yet can't seem to do anything with them. It's like having all the toys and nobody to play with. I've got Mike McDaniel. Let me get this name right before I've already screwed up one thing today. I got Mike McDaniel for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, I think. And I don't think it's no fault of his. I think it's just, your quarterback's playing on borrowed time with all the concussions he's got, and you're just not figuring it out. So yeah, that one would be a shocker there. Chris, your thoughts on that pick?
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting. I wouldn't say it's overdue, but it's gonna be interesting if it happens.
All right, mess around. What's your thoughts?
I could see it. I mean, if they don't make playoffs, I think it's for sure done. I think they go new direction if they don't make playoffs. It's like you said, they got all the tools, they got all the weapons. Their defense is okay, and if you can't get them to playoffs this year, I think they fire him and go get a new coach next year.
All right, Tim, your top coach that you're looking to get fired.
Don't feel bad, Bacon. I didn't only put your team in the firing squad. I've got Shane Steichen. At this point, why did we fire Frank Reich if we were going to have what we've got going now? I get it. He was the offensive coordinator in Philly, but he hasn't really lived up to the hype that we had. He just keeps. It seems like every year he falls further and further and further and further and further down. I think we get another Frank Reich, the Jeff Saturday type move, like midway through the season. If we're below 500, I've got Shane Steichen.
And then comes in Pat McAfee. I'm just playing.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, being the new guy there, I mean, a lot of teams, look at it that they don't have a good quarterback, so you can't fault the coach on that one. But
Is that how he's supposed to?
so that's right. What you think?
Is that how he's supposed to?
Yeah, I can see that one. I mean, he tried with his quarterback. They drafted Richardson, which was his pick. So he got his guy, and his guy didn't work out. And then he got Danny Dimes, and I think, they're going to suck for luck, or not luck, but Manning.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple years, I think, on that one. So, but with that being said, guys, I got a few more minutes. We'll do our playoffs next week. We ran a little long, but Tim, outside of your team, what is a team and situation you're looking to watch this year?
And nothing kind of to follow up that.
Okay,
we'll go with that one.
Okay, which quarterback has the most pressure on? Oh, Tim, let's go with that.
Oh Lord, Jaden Daniels. You got to.
Okay.
I think Jaden Daniels has the most pressure on him because he's got to relive. He's got to say that his rookie season wasn't a fluke. You have to look at it. You got to take that next step. You're already in the NFC Championship. Now you got to make it past, because Andrew Luck did the same thing. Andrew Luck went to the AFC Championship in his rookie year. You have to make that. You have to make that next step. You can't make that backward step. I think Jaden Daniels has the most pressure.
Okay, Chris?
I would say Jaden Daniels and probably any quarterback from Cleveland.
All right. Messer, what are your thoughts?
The quarterback that needs to do something this year?
Who's got the most pressure on him this year?
Oh, it's Patrick Mahomes. He hasn't played like Patrick Mahomes the last 2 years.
Ooh.
And he's got to prove. He's got to prove that he's still Pat Mahomes. I know they've gone to 3 straight Super Bowls, and he hasn't played like the Patrick Mahomes. So I think he's got the most pressure.
Well, probably not shocking to you guys, but I think it's going to be McCarthy. I think he's got a lot to show. Vikings have now 3 quarterbacks that haven't taken a snap for Minnesota in the regular season. But I think McCarthy, with the weapons he's got, the way Darnold played last year, the way Cousins played the year before, anything less near those numbers and a winning record, I think a lot of Viking fans are going to be calling for McCarthy already. But outside of that, I'm going to get the homer out of there. Messer, I'm kind of with you. I think Mahomes has to come back and be Mahomes, and maybe that pocketbook's a little heavy for him to do that. I don't know, but he said J-Mac Lamar, in my opinion, is the most talented team, MVP. But right there, I think J-Mac's onto something there. Lamar definitely has a lot to show. So Tim, let's get back to the original question. A team that you're going to watch outside of your team, and what storyline might come about that.
It's weird that I keep, I pick on this team all the time, but it seems like it's it's the one that's got my interest, and it's going to be the Cleveland Browns. I think the Cleveland Browns is going to be fun to watch. It's going to be what's going to really happen. You got that defense, you got an elite defense, but you've got that bottom of the drawer offense. Maybe you get lucky and Flacco becomes that quarterback that he was when he took over for Watson a couple of years back. It's going to be interesting to watch to see if this is going to be as Bacon has it as a 1-16 team, or if they're going to be pushing for the playoffs.
All right, Chris. Outside of your Dallas Cowboys, what team are you kind of watching, and what kind of reason for that?
Definitely Cleveland, with all their quarterbacks and all that. I would have to maybe go Jacksonville, only because you have a new coach. You kind of have a fresh start. Let's see what happens, I guess.
All right, mess around. How about you? Outside the Bears, who are you watching this year?
Okay, so I'm going to change my last answer on this because this is a team we really want to see how they do. The quarterback got the most pressure in the team that I'm excited to watch. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Rodgers has to prove that he's still got it. He's got to prove the doubters wrong that he can still play. So he's got the most pressure. And then they went out and got DK, and they got a couple other weapons. And Tomlin has never had a losing season as long as he's been there. So I'm going to change that answer to Rodgers with the most pressure in the team, the Steelers.
I like that one. I mean, there's a lot, but I think, Chris, I think for me, I mean, the Browns definitely, the Steelers, the Jets. I mean, there's a lot of teams, but just with the drama and everything going on in Dallas, I think it's got my interest a little bit because, like I said, I think a lot of people want Dak out. They want Milton in. They wanted Trey Lance in. They want everybody else in. They want Jerry Jones out. So I think just to see how Dallas does this year, I think is going to be one I'm going to be watching for. So, yeah. So, anyways, let's get our final thoughts. Chris, your final thoughts for the night.
Yeah, thanks everyone commenting, watching. It's gonna be a fun 2025. We'll be here all season and enjoy the NFL.
Let's get J-Mac's last comment there. For him, it would be the Broncos, Super Bowl Talent Bowl Knicks. Not even what's his another. So yeah, that's another team that definitely is a team to watch. So Messerell, your final thoughts.
I'm just looking forward to an exciting season, maybe a playoff year. It's been a while since we went to 2018, so my team made the playoffs. And, I can't wait to see who the breakout player is going to be, like the star rookie that nobody thought was going to be that guy, like the diamond in the rough type guy. It's always fun to see and to see who the underdog is going to be, the team that nobody saw coming out of nowhere. Those are always things I'm looking forward to.
It'd be nice for the Bears to finally have a 4,000-yard passer too. So
yeah, that would be nice.
Tim, final thoughts.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've got two things I'm excited for, hoping for. That Indy wins an opener on opening week. We haven't done that in 8 years, and that we can win in Jacksonville. We haven't won in Jacksonville since 2012. Other than that, this is my favorite time of the year. This is like opening Christmas presents. To me, it's Christmas Eve, and we're waiting for our Christmas to start. I'm excited. I'm excited for the new time. I may not look like it because it's going on 6 o'clock in the morning here, but I'm excited. I'm glad we got this rolling and getting ready to go. And then anybody who's going to be up later today, like I am, we've got C2C Rankum. We've got a couple good topics, 6 good topics. So yeah.
Yep. Nope. For me, yeah, football season's right there. Can't wait. We had our C2C draft last week. I think that'll be a fun topic we'll talk about this year. Next week will be the season premiere of Bears Huddle with Coach Cody. We'll reveal the first ever roster for them guys. get ready for their first regular season game in Iowa, I believe it is. So, but yeah, we're definitely ready for some football. I can't wait. In just a few short hours, I'll be back with Tim, and we'll be breaking down some topics on C2C Rankum. So,
I love that. Right out the gate, me and Big B go right at it. Vikings Bears.
Yep, that's gonna be that. That's honestly, that's a pressure game too because Minnesota just has a head quarterback that can play well under pressure on those primetime games. So that's definitely gonna be a good one. So, but last comment from J-Mac. So I also other word, the Colts haven't won in Jacksonville since Russell Wilson was a rookie.
Wow.
Yeah. So. Well, with that being said, we'll see you guys all next week, or me and Tim will see you guys in just a few short hours. But what's up, Kevin? You just missed the show, so.
Brandon, the funny thing about it is that's the last time I went to a Colts game was in Jacksonville.
Okay.
It was that game.
Yeah, plug that in. All right. So, with that being said, we'll see y'all next week on Primetime Blitz. Have a good one.